You know that feeling when you're working harder than ever, but you look at your bank account and it just doesn't add up? Well, you are definitely not alone. But what if I told you that feeling of being financially stuck, isn't actually your fault? What if it's the result of these invisible systems, kind of designed to keep you right where you are? Okay, let's get into it.
Right? It's that super frustrating feeling you do everything you're supposed to do. You get a raise, you cut back on lattes, whatever, and somehow you end up in the exact same spot, still living paycheck to paycheck. It's like you're playing this game, but nobody gave you the rule book, and the goalposts just keep shifting.
I mean, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? Financial quicksand. That's perfect. Because there's this constant pressure, this social script telling you what success is supposed to look like, right? The shiny new car, the cool apartment. But here's the secret. Most of the time, that's not wealth. That's just debt. It really is like everyone's sinking, but just pretending to float. And all of this leads us right into this idea of the financial hamster wheel. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's that exhausting cycle. You're running and running and running as fast as you can. You're making decent money, but you're just not getting anywhere. All that effort for what? No real progress. And here's the thing you have to understand. This isn't an accident. It's a feature of the system. So you work hard all year, you get that standard 3% raise, and for a second you feel like, yes, I'm getting ahead. But then, inflation comes along. Groceries cost more, gas costs more, rent definitely costs more. And poof, that raise is just gone. Eaten alive. And you're right back where you started. So the problem is actually bigger than just inflation. See, there are these specific, almost invisible traps that are just built right into our culture. And once you see them, I mean, really see them, you have this light bulb moment where you realize, oh, it's not me, it's the system. It's designed to pull wealth away from you before you ever get a chance to build it. Okay, so let's break down trap number 1, the 9-to-5 trap. We've all heard the advice, right? Just work hard, be loyal to your company, and you'll be rewarded. But you know what? The reality, the actual data, tells a completely different story. The truth is, job hopping every few years can boost your income by 20% or more with each move. Meanwhile, staying loyal gets you that tiny little cost of living raise. Turns out, staying comfortable can be really, really expensive.
And then we have the second huge one, the car trap. Oh man, our culture sells us this dream that a new car is the symbol of success. It's the ultimate "I've made it" trophy. But let's be real for a second. What is it really? It's a depreciating liability. It's a machine that literally loses a huge chunk of its value the second your tires leave the dealership. It's not an asset, it's a wealth-destroying machine dressed up as a status.
And if you want to know just how big this trap is, get ready for this number. $727. That is the average monthly payment for a new car in the US. Just let that sink in. For some people, that's practically a mortgage. That single payment, month after month, year after year, it's a financial anchor, just dragging people down and preventing them from ever building real, lasting wealth.
So, okay, we've talked about the traps. It's a little depressing, I know. But how do you actually escape? Well, this is where everything changes. This is the turning point. Because there is a secret weapon. There's a very specific financial milestone that, once you hit it, completely flips the script. It's the moment you stop fighting the current and it starts working for you.
So what is it? What's that one milestone that changes absolutely everything? Now, your mind probably jumps to a big number, right? Like making 6 figures, or maybe having $1 million in the bank. But the real turning point, the one that actually matters most, it's a much smaller, much more achievable number. And honestly, this is the number that separates the people who get off the hamster wheel from those who stay on it forever. $20,000. That's it. That is the magic number. Think about it like this. Building wealth is like pushing a giant boulder up a really steep hill. Everything you do before you get to 20 grand is just a grueling, exhausting uphill fight. But the moment you hit that number, you've reached the top of the hill. And all of a sudden, gravity starts working for you, not against you. But honestly, the biggest change here isn't even about the math. It's psychological. It's what happens inside your head. See, when you have less than 20 grand, your brain is basically in survival mode. Every decision is based on fear, on scarcity. But once you have that cushion, that 20K, what I like to call walking away money, your brain just switches. It flips into growth mode. You suddenly have the breathing room to think long-term, to spot opportunities instead of just constantly worrying about threats.
And this is where the momentum really kicks in. Look at this. Let's say you're saving $1,000 a month. To get to your first $20,000, it takes you about 19 months. But to get your second $20,000, it only takes 17 months. So why is it faster? Because that first chunk of money is now invested and it's working for you. It's making its own money. That, my friends, is the magic of compounding. Each next step gets a little easier and a little bit faster.
Okay, so the mindset shift is huge. We get that. But now for the big question. How do we actually get there? And this isn't about eating ramen noodles for the rest of your life. It's not about deprivation. It's about being strategic, about making smart purchases that actually build your wealth instead of draining it. So let's lay out the blueprint.
So, instead of buying things that lose you money, you focus on things that make you money. It's that simple. Invest in a side hustle to open up a whole new income stream. Set up automatic contributions to simple index funds so your investing is on autopilot. Buy a cheap, reliable car that gets you from A to B, not a status symbol. Spend money on skills, not just degrees. Travel, but do it strategically to expand your mind. And maybe the most important one, invest in your long-term health. Because let's face it, that's the engine that drives this whole thing.
Now, I have to warn you about the silent killer that can undo all of this hard work. It's called lifestyle inflation. You know how it goes, you finally get that big raise or a better paying job, and the first instinct is to upgrade everything, right? Nicer car, bigger place, fancier dinners. But if you do that, all you're doing is putting yourself back on the hamster wheel. It's just a shinier, more expensive wheel. The real secret to wealth is to take that extra money, that difference, and invest it, not spend it.
And really, that's what this all boils down to. This is the core philosophy. Escaping these traps isn't about some get-rich-quick scheme. It's about a fundamental shift in how you see the world. It's about choosing long-term freedom over short-term appearances. It's about playing the long game.
This quote says it all, really. The habits you're building right now, today, they are the foundation for the rest of your financial life. Living below your means, investing consistently, staying away from that high-interest debt, that's the stuff that matters. Because real success, it has nothing to do with impressing strangers with stuff you can't afford. It's about the freedom you build for yourself.
And that is the ultimate prize. That's why you do all this. That's why you play the long game. This has never just been about stacking up money. It's about buying back your most valuable asset, your time. It's about getting to a place where you wake up in the morning and decide what you want to do with your day, instead of just doing what you have to do to pay the bills.
So, to wrap this all up, I just want to leave you with one final thought. Every single dollar you spend or save or invest, it's a vote. It's a vote for the kind of future you want to have. The person you're going to be in 10, 20 years from now, that person is counting on the decisions you make today. So the only real question left is, what are you going to do differently tomorrow?